You open your phone to check one thing. 45 minutes later, you put it down. You didn't do the thing. You don't remember most of what you watched, and somehow you feel worse than before. This is not a willpower problem. This is not laziness. This is your brain being systematically rewired by one of the most sophisticated reward systems ever built. Today, we're going to talk about what scrolling actually does to your brain and what you can do to take it back. Welcome back.
Let's be honest about what this looks like in real life. You sit down to watch one video and look up an hour later with no memory of most of it. You try to read a book you actually wanted to read, and you can't make it through a page without your hand reaching for the phone, without you deciding to reach for it. You're in a conversation, and you're physically present, but your brain keeps pulling toward the phone in your pocket. You finish a scroll session and feel a vague, hollow emptiness. Not satisfied, not rested, just drained. And the worst one? You're bored for literally 3 seconds, waiting for a lift, standing in a queue, and your hand is already on the phone before you even registered the boredom. 3 seconds of boredom. That's all it takes now. This is not you being weak. This is engineering.
Here's what's actually happening. Every time you see something surprising, funny, or emotionally triggering in your feed, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine, the reward chemical. But the key isn't the dopamine, it's the unpredictability. You don't know if the next video will be great or forgettable. That uncertainty is what makes the loop compulsive. Psychologists call it variable reward scheduling, the same mechanism that makes slot machines impossible to walk away from. Over time, your dopamine system recalibrates. It becomes used to high speed, high stimulation input. In ordinary reality, a conversation, a book, a walk, even silence starts to feel genuinely unrewarding by comparison. A 2024 review of 71 studies involving nearly 100,000 participants found that heavy short-form video consumption was directly linked to reduced attention spans, weakened impulse control, and increased anxiety and depression. The brain region most affected is the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for focus, planning, working memory, and self-regulation.
Okay, what can you actually do? Tip 1. Make the phone physically inconvenient. Not off, just not within arm's reach. The research is clear. The presence of a phone, even face down, reduces your cognitive capacity. Move it to another room when you sit down to work or eat or talk. Tip 2. Replace the scroll with a specific alternative, not just less phone. Your brain needs something to do with the gap. A walk, a book, a 10-minute stretch. The specific alternative matters less than having one. Tip 3. Scheduled scroll time. This sounds strict, but it works. Give yourself 2 15-minute windows per day where scrolling is allowed. Outside those windows, it's off the table. This retrains the impulse loop without requiring permanent deprivation. Tip 4. Boredom practice. Deliberately do nothing for 5 minutes once a day. Sit with it. Let the urge to reach for the phone pass. This is actively rebuilding your tolerance for low stimulation states, which is the exact thing scrolling destroys. Tip 5. Notice the after feeling. Before you scroll, make a mental note of your mood. After you stop, notice it again. Most people find they feel worse after a session, not better. That feedback loop, once you're aware of it, starts to reduce the pull. None of these require deleting apps or going cold turkey. Small, consistent friction is enough to break the automatic loop.
Here's what I want you to take away. The fact that you can't stop scrolling doesn't mean you have no discipline. It means you're up against systems designed by some of the best engineers and behavioral scientists in the world, optimized specifically to override your self-regulation. These platforms spend billions of dollars figuring out exactly how to keep you on the feed for one more second. You are not failing to resist a temptation.
You are fighting a machine built to beat you. And knowing that, really understanding that, is actually the first step to taking your brain back.
Quick recap. Scrolling rewires your dopamine system through variable reward scheduling. It fatigues your prefrontal cortex. It makes real life feel dull by comparison. The fix isn't willpower. It's friction, alternatives, scheduled use, and boredom practice. If this explains something you've been feeling, share it. It genuinely helps the channel. Drop a comment. How long can you go without checking your phone right now? Be honest. See you next time.